Good morning, Jack. How you doing, buddy? I know I said 7:15, but what the heck? I'll start early. Good morning, Jack. How you doing, buddy? I know I said 7:15, but what the heck? I'll start early. Good morning, Jack. How you doing, buddy? I know I said 7:15. Guess I ought to turn that sound off, huh? Hey, Dennis Lovelady. Roger that. That's all right, Jack. Hey, we missed you, but you got to do what you got to do, right? Ain't no problem. Tim Jackson, hello. Tim, I'm going to start calling you the misplaced American. What do you think about that, huh? Morning, Dennis.
Good morning, Mr. Rodney, and everyone in the chat.
I should have put on my Rodney Bell shirt.
There you go.
You know what?
You're gonna. Okay, time for a joke then. Well, let's see. There was an old farmer. I try to make it as long as possible. He was walking along the woods and he found this gravel area, like a river, going on for miles and miles, as far as he could see. In the middle of this gravel area, he saw this strange set of tracks. And he was looking down at this strange set of tracks, and a train hit him. Hey, Jack Sparky Fron, welcome. Dad joke. My dad's favorite joke. Let's see, there was an old man. There you go.
There we go. This is the original, very first Rodney Bell shirt ever made.
There you go.
Maybe I ought to put it up for bid. You think maybe I can get millions of dollars for it? Be honest. Come on. I can take it.
You can try.
Yeah. I'd probably be lucky to get 2 cents. All right. Let's see who all's in the chat. Peter Carroll, good morning or good evening. Man, I gotta keep that in mind. Good evening, Peter. Tim Jackson.
So my dad used to like to tell this story. There was an old man sitting on a boxcar. His feet were dragging the ground. Longfellow.
You've been talking to Alexa, haven't you?
No, that's my dad.
Oh,
that was my dad. He loved to tell that.
Oh, that's funny. So that was a beautiful sunrise you had, Dennis.
They were both just amazing.
Oh, they were both pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jay Santiago. How are you today?
But I lost mine. It's actually starting to rain here a little bit.
Well, my son finally came up over the clouds.
Yeah.
But
I'm missing what you wear too much. Do you wear too much makeup, Jack Sparky Fron? The blades are coming off.
Oh, no. Tim Jackson asking me a question. Well, Tim, aren't you an American and living in Australia? That seems misplaced to me.
Ah, he is. He's from Pennsylvania, as I
Yeah,
recall.
I mean, that's what he says. I mean, hey, we're just teasing you, Tim.
Your Mini almost got run over by a car. Ouch.
Ow.
That's
That's not good. You know, that kind of sounds like a song, doesn't it, Dennis? My Mini almost got ran over by a car.
Yeah. Yeah. And to the tune of Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah. Well, Jack, I'll see what I can't do to get you another T-shirt, buddy. How's that?
Wouldn't it be something if a parody was done on Grandma got run over by a reindeer?
Well, interesting story that comes up. One of my sailors, when I was stationed on the USS Preble, we were tied up in Naples, Italy.
Yeah.
And mopeds are really popular over there in the European theater, especially in Italy. Well, him and a couple of our other shipmates was coming out of this bar, and this guy on this moped hit Jim square on, and Jim jumped up on the handlebars and was holding the handlebars as this guy was going down the road.
This sounds like a joke.
And then we kind of made it into a joke, but this actually happened.
Wow.
And the guy stopped, and Jim let go, and he fell down. You know, got a couple of cuts and bruises and stuff. And so they're coming back, and I just happened to have the officer of the deck when they came on board. And here he comes. His uniform has got splatters of blood from where it had been bleeding. Hello, Cameron. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Cameron.
And it's I'm like, Jim, what happened? And he goes, and one of the guys he was with says, Jim got run over by a moped. And I'm like, really? I'm like, wow. So I said, you okay? You want me to get the doc? He goes, no, I'm okay. I just got a couple of cuts and scrapes. So I'll be fine. And I said, okay, well, go on, go hit your rack. So the next morning, when me and my other first class got together for coffee, I was telling him about this, and George goes, huh? He goes, He's sitting there and he's like, He goes, Jimbo got run over by a moped. And he just spontaneously went on with that. And it was so funny.
Philly Durham life came to me that same way. It was just like,
I wish I could remember all the words, because we laughed about every time we hit a port, we'd start singing that song.
Stream of consciousness. That's what I was trying to think of. I just, as fast as I could write it, that's how the words were coming to me.
So what you got planned for today, Dennis? You gonna go do any flying anywhere?
Not if it stays raining.
Oh.
I haven't looked at the forecast. I hope it's not raining also tomorrow. That's a bummer. But it happens. Let's see here. Check it out. 10-day forecast. I have a mostly sunny day tomorrow. No, I don't have plans.
I don't have many plans either.
Check the hourly forecast.
It's getting really hot and humid here, but one of these days, pretty soon, there's a lake down the road that I want to go visit. This lake, the dam broke during one of the hurricanes we got through here like 4 or 5 years ago or so. Oh, there you go.
That's tomorrow.
Ah.
Unfortunate, huh?
Yeah. Cloudy, huh?
Yeah.
But anyway, this it's called I want to say it's Chandler's Mill Pond. And the dam broke about 5 or 6 years ago, and it emptied the lake. Well, they finally got the dam rebuilt and got it refilled. So now This is the first year it's been open. It's opened up for fishing now. But all they got in it right now is like bluegill and I think it's just bluegill. But next year they're going to stock it with some bass.
Cool.
Hey, Kevin. Daddy of 13's in the house.
Wow. Welcome, Kevin. Minnie nearly got run over by a car, and that car was a mini minor. A wee song for the making. In the making.
Steve Essex, good morning.
Hey, Steve.
Well, he was the first like.
He was the first like out of 10 people in the chat. And then what he's saying is slackers.
Yeah.
That includes me, by the way. I'm also in the chat.
I was too. Oh, this is my stream though.
That's right. Yeah.
I can like my own stream. That's allowed.
It is allowed, but it's you have to take an extra step.
I have to take an extra step.
Well, when you're streaming, you don't have to go to YouTube to watch, right?
No, that's true. I don't have, but I always have it up anyway.
Yeah. So you'd have to, in order to do the like, you'd have to go to YouTube. So that's the extra step I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'll give you a like.
Oh, thank you, man.
Because I've been called out on it. There you go.
Good evening, Kaz, Mrs. Mars.
Hey,
I got
Mrs.
it right
Mars,
that time.
welcome.
Did you see her in my live stream?
I did.
Son, she actually got on me for that, for saying good morning.
Instead of good afternoon or evening,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you deserved it.
How rude. Just kidding, Kaz.
He deserved it. It's all right. He can take it.
Yeah, I did deserve it. That's for sure. I mean, and I do it all the time with Cameron, even though I know he's in Japan. Every time I see him, it's always, "Hey, good morning." And anymore, my wife was leaving for work, Dennis.
Yeah.
Just after you'd come on, I was in the living room taking my insulin and stuff, and she comes up and she's getting ready to leave for work, and I go, "Good morning." And she goes, she just shakes her head. You and your live streams. I just got. You know what, Jack? I think you're talking about Jim Wallace. No, I have not heard from him lately.
I haven't either. Come to think of
I'll
it.
let you mention it.
Not in a long time. In fact, yeah, not in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Maybe he decided to take a break. I did
Beautiful
it.
day for flying in Chicago. Good for you, Steve.
I was trying to get my sunrise description ready this morning, Dennis.
Yeah.
And I did a search for Chris Hope. And usually when I do a search for Chris Hope, boom, it's right there on top because, we're connected. But I had to go through this whole list. You know
I
how many
know. There's a
Chris
huge
Hopes
list
are in
of
the
Chris
world?
Hopes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, man, I ain't got time for this. So I went to your channel and tried to find, and it was on one of your videos that I found his link. And then I realized what had happened. I was on Rodney Bell.
Oh, Bud. Okay. Your alternate channel.
Yeah.
So Rodney and I both have test channels that we use for test live streams, and that's what he's referring to. So.
Yeah. So Mars is in the house. Good day, Mars. Or good
Hey,
evening.
Mars, Mr. Kaz.
So how's your cup holding up? Everybody else's cup seems to be getting worn.
Has a hole in the top.
Oh, the same complaint Mikey had.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you put the lid on it, maybe there wouldn't be a hole there.
When I come see you, I'm going to bring some WD-40 for that chair.
Tell you what, just bring me a new chair.
That'll make the trip worthwhile, just to give you that WD-40.
You know, I got some around in here somewhere. I probably do need to. Is it really loud?
It's quite loud. I mean, it's not disturbing. It's not going to hurt anybody's ears. It's very obvious.
I went on Matt's live stream last night, and
I had you.
huh? I no, he didn't hi hat me. I hi hatted him. I don't think he was thinking about it, and I hi hatted Adrian too. Oh goodness. That was kind of fun. Boy, they were ripping on Adrian last night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was Matt. Just before I came on, Aldeas was on. There was Chris Hope, Jim Boyd, Matt, Jim Boyd, Chris, Aldeas, and Adrian. And there was one other, and I can't remember who that was now. Oh my gosh. Oh, Art Carlson.
Okay.
Anyway, they were just pinging on Adrian, man. They were
Adrian's like the water boy. He gets the brunt of all those jokes.
Yeah, he does.
He takes it so well, I guess. I hope that's not just an act. I hope he actually does take it well.
So RC Funds Diversion. Good morning, John. How are you today?
Howdy.
You know, there's a couple of people here in Virginia, and John's one of them. I'm going to try and arrange a hookup. There's Brett Alston. Hadn't seen him in a while either.
I saw him yesterday.
Yeah, I think I saw him on somebody's stream yesterday.
I think it was Ken Heron.
And,
that means it wasn't yesterday. That means time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been yesterday on something else.
But anyway. Oh, and Wendell Live.
Yeah.
He lives in Annapolis. That's like maybe an hour and a half drive for me.
Yeah.
I would love.
Although I don't know the day, I'm coming your way.
Yeah.
Maybe in a week.
Okay.
Maybe 2 weeks. But you said Saturdays are best. So after I'm done with you and give you your WD-40, I'm going up to Annapolis. And Wendell and I just might ride together to Long Island.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That's tentative stuff. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying that out of turn. It's not cast in concrete. Obviously, I don't even know the date.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I look forward to that. Are you gonna when you come back through, you're gonna stop again or?
Probably, but again, I don't think I'm gonna stay a week. And if Saturday's your best time, I might, it may not work out for you.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
But it's all loose. It's all up in the air, and it could even not happen at all. But I really want to go. So I'm a traveling guy. Made a lot of friends all over the world.
Hey,
In
Tim.
every corner, I own the heart of at least one lovely girl.
All right. Hey, Tim Jackson, you have a good one, buddy. And
See
thanks
you,
for being
Tim.
in the streams, both of them, all three of our streams this morning. We appreciate it. And
good luck with that beauty sleep, bud.
yes.
Hasn't worked for me either.
Yeah, well, it hasn't helped me much either, but you got to keep trying, you know.
That's right. Never give up.
So, Peter, where are you, man?
Yeah, there's an empty spot here.
And where's Matt and Ari and
Adrian?
And Adrian. Adrian was in the sunrise stream.
Now Rick Halber has already sent his regrets.
Yeah, he did.
Kaz says it has helped you, Rodney. Said nothing about me. So
Sorry, Dennis.
Oh well, you know, I knew it was true.
Peter says he's just staying in the chat. All right, kid.
It's late brother, where you are.
Okay,
I recognize that.
Yep, that's fine. Hope all is well with you. But anyway, it is warm in here. Why is it that when it gets warm, everybody in this house wants to turn up the heat? And when it gets cold, they still turn up the heat.
Kaz says she was filling up her glass. Too busy. My wife does that. I'm too busy to talk. But not too busy to tell me how busy she is. I love her. I do. It's just one of those things.
Good morning, Ron. He says Adrian had a hot date last night. Getting ready for work. Join you soon.
Cool. See you, Ron. Good.
Well, let's see here. This chair is beginning to drive me nuts.
I love you too, Mrs. Mars, but don't tell Mars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know he's the very jealous type, Dennis. You need to be careful.
Sure that he is, yeah.
Maybe it won't squeak so bad if I. It's just as bad that way too.
Yeah.
Mike Kinney, hello.
Hey, Mike.
You're welcome, buddy. We love you.
It was our pleasure. We get a charge out of it. We wouldn't get up that early if we didn't get some charge out of it.
Oh man, everybody's gonna bust my chops over my chair. All right, you guys, you want to bust my chop? How do you like them apples, huh?
You forget who's in charge, Jack.
As everybody leaves. Oh wow, I was up to 50. Now I'm down to 50.
Yeah, they're two.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here, I'll stand. Well, you may not want me to stand either. Yeah, you're right. I got to lube this chair. Lube will help. Mute.
That's right. Just keep moving. The ones that truly love you will stick around.
Ain't that
He's
the
on
truth?
mute. He did it. We should start a GoFundMe for WD-40 for Rodney. You think we can raise enough money?
Oh my goodness. Oh man, where is that WD-40? You guys, I'll be right back.
Oh, I made myself laugh. That's terrible. Yeah, it's good, and it's really humid here today. And I noticed it was 96% or something in Colonial Beach where Rodney is today, and I think 94 here. And just a week ago, it was 36% humidity, I think. Big difference. I'm afraid his beard would catch that spit, though, you know?
Oh well. Guess we're just gonna have to live with it for right now. I couldn't find it quickly. So.
You know what? We've lived with it for weeks, and it hit. Nobody's died as far as I know, except I'm not even going to make that.
I don't know.
Nobody's died as far
like
as I know.
you were dying. I mean, this is a cup my grandkids or my wife's grandkids got me for Christmas.
There is no try. There is only do or do not.
Yeah, let's see here. Anybody new pop into the chat yet? Chair has holes. John, you would not believe the cat, my cat.
Pumpkin?
That animal right there, Tai-Tai.
Tai-Tai.
Has tore up my chair. She's the reason it squeaks. She's the reason that it squeaks. I'm blaming her. It's all her fault. Look at this.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my.
I go out and I spend $25 on a scratching post so she'll have something to scratch on. And what does she do? She uses the chair. And then she sleeps in it. She's claimed it as her own. She's ignoring me. Don't look at me like that, cat. Remember, I hold your life in my hands.
One of them.
Yeah. Actually, all 9 of them, it just be one at a time. That's right. That's right, Mrs. Mars. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. It's all the cat's fault. It's her fault.
All right.
Okay, John. Oh man, I'm surprised Matt hasn't come in here yet, or Ari.
One of my favorite visual jokes. I wonder if I can pull this off. There's a computer sitting in a dark corner. The house is completely dark, and this cat is up on the drapes, and the computer is saying, "Bad cat." Bad cat.
400 ADLs in the house.
Hey, Mel. The visual for it was funny.
Visual jokes are really hard to tell when you don't have
visual jokes. Yeah.
Let me.
Good kitty. Mars likes you, kitty.
Let's see here.
Oh, cool. You're gonna give some. I need your camera tips, Mel. I do for sure. I've never picked up on the. I mean, I know the basics, but I've never
Oh, okay, Mel.
been able to apply them very well.
Lon Denard. Hello, JSK Enterprise. Hello, welcome to the chat.
You know, I haven't heard about your Air 2 for Ohio, Rodney. How you liking that?
I love it.
Great.
Just haven't had much of an opportunity to fly it
Yeah.
the past week or so. I've had a busy week at work and haven't been sleeping too well. So when I come
I'm
home,
sorry.
I haven't slept well for 66 years. Some days it's just worse than others. Today was a day I probably could have slept in.
However, there was a minor commitment going on.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand, but this is sitting on a. I should build something out of on my printer. But if I set it level, that's what you're looking at. And who wants to look at that? Really? And come on.
Well, look, we can both sit there like that.
Oh, there we go. All right. So now we're a match set. There we
go. Well, mine's a lighter blue than yours.
What's the opposite of talking head? Talking shirts. This is the Talking Shirts channel.
All right, Mel, you have a good one, buddy. Have fun today, man. Thanks for being in the chat and stopping by.
Thanks for joining. That was very kind of you.
So, in case you was wondering what I was laughing at, Kevin, Daddy of 13, sent me a text, and he's probably going to shoot me for saying this, but he goes, it says, Kevin, forgive me, was wondering, does Dennis have a twin brother, laugh out loud, that flies planes in his spare time and worked with NASA? Just saying, there's definitely a resemblance, and there's a picture of this guy, and there is a resemblance. Let me see if I can forward this to you.
You can put it. I don't mind if you put it on screen. You can just share it.
Okay.
I mean, people have had the abuse of my face. They may as well see it from a different perspective, right?
True.
They hang around, that's Daddy of 13 saying, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Camera's going to break.
Joking? Oh.
Okay, yeah, he looks a little like me.
Not so much in that picture, but maybe a little bit in that one.
Yeah, around the mouth especially. That's definitely like me in 10 years. Or maybe tomorrow.
Oh, goodness. All right. So much for that. So, well, Paul's having to work today.
Yeah. He got hit pretty hard by the cutbacks during the whatever they called that in New York. We call it shelter in place here.
Yeah.
The lockdown, whatever you want to call it. But he got hit hard. So
yeah.
Bless his heart.
Mel, you have a good day, buddy. Have fun with your niece. So Ron Lockwood should be popping in here anytime.
See you, Mel.
My nearest city, John, is Fredericksburg.
Oh, I thought it would be Roanoke.
No, Fredericksburg. Richmond is like an hour from me.
Okay.
And Fredericksburg is like a 45-minute drive.
I actually meant Richmond, not Roanoke. But anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're kind of in between the two. So actually, on a good day, I have gotten to the Richmond airport in 45 minutes. On a good, of course, whenever I fly out of Richmond, I'm usually getting there like at 5:30 in the morning to catch a 6:30 flight. So there isn't hardly any traffic. And I like flying out of Richmond just because it is never crowded. It always has
right?
it always has parking spots.
Wow.
And I like flying out. I've gone to Reagan.
Yeah.
And has stood in line for an hour just going through TSA.
I know. Reagan International is craziness.
And BWI is not so bad, but I still prefer Richmond.
See you, Lon. I didn't even see you in the chats, but sorry if I ignored you. I didn't ignore you on purpose.
Okay. Hey, Lon, you have a good day, brother. Thanks for being in the chat. Richmond is a suburb 35 minutes away from us.
Cool.
Mars, come on over then.
Yeah. Use that portal, bud. I'm sure there's one around there somewhere.
I somehow cut my finger right there.
Ouch.
Right there. And I'm not sure how I did it. It's more of a scratch than a cut. But it really bothers me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not in a good place.
So I still need to get a battery for this thing. I thought I had one, but
yeah, I got some for you. Yeah. I bring you this box when I come. How's that sound?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
5-year battery.
Yeah, 5-year shelf life.
Oh, 5-year shelf life.
Members mark. That's Sam's Club brand.
I got you.
Like Walmart has great value, which is not. They can call it that if they like. Stick a Band-Aid on it. That's the advice from Scotland.
Stick a Band-Aid on it. Hang 10, I'll just row my boat across. Come on, Mars. I want to see that.
I do too. Take video.
What first though, let us know what coast are you going to come row to?
The closer coast is the Pacific side.
Yeah, but don't tell him that. I want to see if he'll actually row around the Horn of Africa and come up to the East Coast. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, let me know. And we'll definitely hook up. Oh, okay.
Mrs. Mars just found out she's going to do the rowing.
She just found a Mars. If I let cat out of the bag, man. I do apologize. I'm truly not sorry.
but you gotta apologize anyway.
But I'll apologize anyway.
Because that's the right thing to do.
Oh no. Oh. This is Mars's or Mrs. Mars' response.
That's a great picture.
So, you going to get the words for Alice's restaurant?
Yeah, I can do that. That song is like, I don't remember, something like 10 minutes long or something.
Yeah, that's a whole stream in itself.
Yeah, it's yeah, I have to look it up. I don't know. I don't know that I would ever do that.
I think the longest.
I used to know it word for word, you know.
Did you?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's not the song, right? The song is short. I won't stop it. By the time I got there, it would be done already.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotcha.
You know,
yeah, Arlo Guthrie, such a talent. I saw him live in Greenville, South Carolina about, 20 years ago now.
His dad, Woody Guthrie, was from Oklahoma.
I think I knew that. Yeah.
And
he wrote about 1,000 Americana songs, that man.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you know who else was from Oklahoma was Garth Brooks and Reba McEntire are both from Oklahoma.
Is that right?
But another famous songwriter, and now I can't even think of his name.
Merle Haggard?
No.
I'm not sure that he actually lived in Muskogee. Sing any song you want. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands. From the Redwood Forest. That's not right. To the Redwood Forest. This land was made for you and me. See, that's official because I don't remember the words. So that's the sign of a Dennis Lovelady song.
Oh.
As I was walking, I saw before me ribbon of highway. I don't know. Sorry. That was Woody Guthrie. Kenny Rogers. I don't want to take over Rodney's show.
You're not.
Are you on mute? No,
you're not taking over my show. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've never been to Spain. That's the song I'm trying to think of.
Oh, the Three Dog Night song?
Yeah, but Three Dog Night.
I don't know who wrote that.
The guy I'm talking about is the one that wrote it.
Well, I've never been to Spain.
I gotta go to
Spain, but I've been to California.
Because he says in the song it says they tell me something about Oklahoma. They tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember.
Yes. I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. They tell me that I was born there. I really don't remember. Yeah. So Kenny Rogers. I can never remember the first line. On a train bound for nowhere. Ran into a gambler. We were both too tired to speak. So we took turns looking out the window in the darkness. Boredom overtook him. He began to speak. You sure you don't mind?
No.
He
Why
said,
would
son,
I mind? But before you carry on, Hoyt Axton is the singer-songwriter I was trying to think of. He
Cool.
wrote "Never Been to Spain." And Three Dog Night made it famous.
Gotcha. He said, son, I've made a living out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards are by the way they hold their eyes. And if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle. He drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette, asked me for a light, and his face lost all expression. That's not it. Face lost all expression. He said, if you're going to play the game, son, you got to learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. Sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for dealing, counting when the dealing's done. Yeah. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving's knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. Every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser. The best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. Then
I watched that movie last weekend.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Crushed out a cigarette. Something.
Faded off to sleep.
Faded off to sleep. Yeah, but anyway, I know the words so poorly. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold up. Sorry, that's I probably know other Kenny Rogers songs better, but that one came to mind. And I can't think of others. Oh, Ruby. Yeah, there you go. I could have done that.
You know, another song he did was
There's More?
One of the first songs I ever heard him play, and it was a rock and roll song. It wasn't
Don't Tell Me.
Just
psychedelic. It's in the psychedelic era.
See what condition my condition was
in. Yeah. Just walked in to see what condition my condition was in. Yeah, that was with the first edition too. That was the same band that he used for a lot of his famous stuff, including Ruby. Don't Take Your Love to Town. I don't know Coward of the County well. Hey, Phantom Hodges drone, I want to see you on 1 minute music, 1 minute song. It's a song. It's a 1 second song. That's what it is. I really want to see you doing that. You are so good. I think you could put Kevin down.
Good morning, Phantom Hodges.
Lady. I don't know that one well either. I can't even think of the next word. Lady. Wow. That's all I got.
Oh my goodness. Kevin. Dennis, we must be really boring Kevin.
Why is he texting you?
He just texted the entire lyrics for Alice's Restaurant.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I'm sure he probably copied and pasted.
And he also, yeah, he did. Everyone considered him the coward of the county. Let's just take a look here. Oh my goodness gracious! Wow. Yeah, but there's feeling in that. I would have to refresh my memory on how that actually goes. I mean, this is wonderful. I'm sure that I'll be able to use it. Wow. Kevin, you've outdone yourself. Amazing. Everyone considered him the coward of the county. That's now, see, that sounds just like the gambler. Actually, you know what? You can put those words to the gambler. Listen to that. Everyone considered him the coward of the county. Never stood one single time to prove the country wrong. County wrong. So that would work. And that's the only tune in my mind, so it's not coming to me. Sorry, folks.
Wendell put Pinball Wizard to the tune of Folsom Prison Blues. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
It's amazing how well it fit.
I did, what was it? Bye Bye Love and Night Moves. Which one? I put the words of Night Moves to the tune of Bye Bye Love. Was that it? I think that's right. Let me think. No, it's I know it's late. Bye bye love. Bye bye. I know you're weary. I know your plans don't include me. Okay, I can't think the tune now. Bye bye love. Bye bye happiness. Hello emptiness. Let's see. I'm mixing these songs up now. My mind's all muddled.
That's all right. The rest of us are laughing at you.
Yeah, well, I am too. That's okay.
I mean, you know, what better comedy act, you know? Yeah, you got to take it on the road, Dennis.
Bye bye love. Bye bye happiness. Hello emptiness. Think I'm gonna cry. I know it's late. I know you're weary. I know your plans don't include me. Still here we are, both of us lonely, longing for answers from all that we see. That's enough. But it actually works. You gave the first three lines? Okay, Kaz, Mrs. Mars, let me look back. You know, I tried to watch The Big Lebowski. It's just not my style. Iron Maiden. I don't know any Iron Maiden. Almost My Birthday. Weird Al was good.
He was.
Is he still around? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, doesn't seem to be recording, but Weird Al was amazing. Can't think of anything he did.
He did a parody on Bye Bye America or Bye Bye American Pie.
Did he really?
Yeah, but it was the Star Wars. It was episode 1. Yeah, you ought to look it up. He did really good on it.
Hang on a second, I'll write that down. I have all of my electronic devices. So I'm going to go to my old-fashioned text word processor here. And Weird Al, Star Wars. That should be good enough, right?
Should be.
Just thinking of something. What was I thinking of? I don't know. I am a comedy act.
Here's the link, Dennis.
You have made me what I am, and I am lady. Oh, that's what you put it. Hang on. You are my knight in shining armor, and I love you. You have made me what I am, and I am yours. That has a really strange melody to it. lady. That's sorry. It's not gonna work for me today, Mrs. Mars. I do apologize for that. You have made me what I am, and I am yours. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. You know, Waylon Jennings started that song and he couldn't finish it. So he sent it off to Willie. He said, what can you do with this? And Willie finished it. Then they did it together.
Which song was that? I'm sorry.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Blind Neil is in the house. I thought I saw him pop in earlier and didn't say hi to him. Good morning, Blind Neil. I apologize for not acknowledging you earlier, buddy.
Willie. I got something for you, but I just got to find it.
Little Willie, whoa, won't go.
Oh, come on. Funny how time slips away. On the Rick Halber ukulele. If I can find it, I can play it. Ain't that a kick in the head? Stairway to Heaven. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody falls in love somehow. I'm looking. Something in your kiss just told me my sometime is now. There it is. Well, hello there. It's been a long time. There it is.
Good morning, Mela.
How am I doing? Oh, I guess that I'm doing fine. It's been so long now, and it seems now that it was only yesterday. Ain't it funny? That's not right. How time slips away. Ooh, sorry. How's your new love? I hope that he's doing fine. I heard you told him you're gonna love him till the end of time. Well, that's the same thing that you told me. Seems like just the other day. Ain't it funny how time slips away? I gotta go now. I guess I'll see you around. Don't know when though. Never know when I'll be back in town. But remember what I tell you. In time you're gonna pay. There it is. Ain't it funny how time slips away? Sorry. Anyway, that's the words.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, not practiced, not rehearsed at all. It's been a while since I played it, so there you go. Look at this. I have, that's okay. It was free. Rick, I am so sorry, man. That's twice that I have shown abuse for your ukulele.
Oh my goodness, really?
These are the songs that I have some inkling of how to play. Some of them better than others.
Organized Confusion, good morning.
Speaking of organized confusion.
My scar is itching.
Oh, I bet that's troublesome.
Yeah, I mean, this is first day in about a week or so that I've even realized it was still there, but it doesn't itch all the time, just sometimes.
Who is responsible for refilling my cup?
I think that would be Mars.
Mars?
Is,
I'll
is
do it.
is he not doing his job?
I maybe Mrs. Mars wouldn't row for him, so now he has to do it. So it's understandable. I'll do it myself this time.
Hey, Nancy. Nancy in the Spirit of Durango and Silverton, Colorado Railroad.
Hi, Nancy.
In the house. Mela, no scratching. I can't help
Hi,
it,
Nancy,
Mela.
says a voice from behind the computer. I should go to mute. This thing makes a little bit of noise. Let's just do that.
So now that Dennis is muted and he can't hear us, you know what? I just can't think of a mean thing to say to Dennis about Dennis. Wow. Anyway, I'm expecting Ron Lockwood to pop in here anytime now. Of course, unless he got called away or something. I know he was getting ready for work, so he may still be getting ready for work. Okay, Rodney will be playing the bagpipes. Yeah, right. So John just told me that I will be playing the bagpipes next.
I'm going to go to mute.
Well, I think we're safe because first off, I don't have any bagpipes in here.
Okay, that's the relief.
Yeah. And even if I did, it would sound like this. That's how it would sound.
Just move your chair around. We got it. There you go.
See, I knew there was a use for that squeak. Morning, Ron.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Ron.
Morning. How are you guys doing?
Thanks. Well, you're coming here to save us. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah. Other than that, we're doing good.
Yeah.
How are you?
A little tired. We got out kind of late last night.
Are you ignoring Mela on purpose, Rodney, or is it by accident?
No, I said hi to her.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear it. Maybe I was caught up in myself. Sorry.
I think you were getting ready to sing it, and I said hi to her. So I'm not ignoring her.
Well, I am.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything though, Dennis. See, I'm not rude like some people.
That's true. Hi, Mela.
So she works. She doesn't work in the same building. Well, she used to work in the same building I work in, and then they moved her. But she's been working from home ever since this pandemic started. So it's like kind of withdrawals, you know.
Yeah.
So Ron, did you have a late night last night? Is that?
Yeah, I didn't get back to the apartment here till, I don't know, 10 to 11 o'clock, something like that. And then I grabbed a salad and off to bed. Up at 4:30 this morning.
Wow. Were you able to watch Matt's live stream?
I saw little bits of it, but apparently Adrian was quite a piece of work last night.
Yes, boy, they were. Well, I'll just say we were being very, very mean to Adrian.
Hi, Ruland.
And he told me, he goes, Rodney, you know how he talks. Rodney,
Yeah.
my brother, you're not supposed to be turning on me.
I tell you who don't cut him any slack is Chris Hope. Oh, man.
Chris Hope told him, he goes, hey, Adrian, you come to Texas and I'll take you snipe hunting. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, you've got to go. You have got to go with Chris snipe hunting. In fact, I may even go with you. Snipe hunting is so much fun, Adrian. You've got to meet up with him and go snipe hunting.
You learned the song, right? You've learned the song that you're supposed to sing when you're doing snipe hunting?
No, I didn't
The
know
old
the
Indian song. Oh, what a goose I am. You know this song?
I never heard that. When I was in the Boy Scouts, when I went snipe hunting,
Almost like coming to South Dakota and going cow tipping.
yeah, we did that in
But
Oklahoma.
that's a real thing.
Yeah, it is. That was fun as a kid. When cows would get all angry.
Well, wouldn't you get angry too if you were sleeping and somebody came along and pushed you over?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I can sympathize with him. It was still a lot of fun, but
Yeah. Did you hear my experience with the chickens this week?
no.
Oh, jeez. I said my buddy has a big, beautiful home, and it's probably a 5,000 square foot home. It's only, I think, a year old, and he's financially doing okay. You know, he has his own contracting business, and his wife, she lives in South Dakota, but she's not I think she would fare better in like California type girl. Well, he was born. Matter of fact, he was on that video I did for Lloyd. Yeah. But anyhow, he decides he wants to raise chickens.
Hi, Steve.
So he borrowed this watering trough from his dad, and he had 24 little chickens in there, and he had a wooden lid on it. And so I was up at his house past week, and we kind of reconstructed this shed and made it into a big chicken coop, and then we built a big fence around it. Anyhow, the gate that goes into the area where we had to open up the only door into the chicken coop, we couldn't fit the watering trough into. So we picked up that big trough with the forklift, took it out across the yard, get it as close to the chicken coop as we can. We're going to release the little chickens now out of the watering trough into the chicken coop.
Hey, Chris.
And it was actually going pretty well up until about the last 3 chickens. We were, lifting the lid a little bit, reaching in there and grabbing them one by one and putting them in the chicken coop. Well, one got out and off he takes off. While the cat chases after the chicken. The dog now chases the cat. And we're chasing the dog, the cat, and the chicken. There should have been a video.
Almost like one of those cartoons on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was fun though. But Chris Hope there. Yeah, I wish I could
say some hi to people. Chris Hope, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. SJM, the drone flyer. And there was one other drone worship. Dan, good morning. Oh man, he's got rain in his area. Yeah, sorry about that, Dan.
Oh, so is the hurricane the reason we have rain? I bet it is. We've been getting so much rain. It's unusual for Georgia this time of the year. I wasn't aware of. I don't watch news.
Well, I remember a couple of days ago there was a tropical storm heading up from Mexico that was supposed to hit the Gulf Coast, but
Hey,
But
Rodney.
those things are so big. We're not. I mean, we're a long ways. It's 6.5 hour drive to Tampa, which is on the Gulf Coast.
right. Isn't that where Dan's at? Aren't you from Tampa, Dan?
Yeah, that's where he
Yeah,
is.
that's what I thought.
Or maybe seven. I think
Hey.
6.5 hours. It's around there.
Yeah.
Hey, Rodney.
Yeah.
Can you make me big here?
Really? You want to be bigger than the rest of us, Ron?
Yeah, that's Ron.
That's okay.
I'll show you.
Hang on a minute.
I'll show you what we had the other day.
Oh, good.
Whoa. Well, that's
Yeah.
almost golf ball size, isn't it?
It was.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Sorry. I'm messing up here. There. Wow.
Wow.
It was putting her down.
It sure looks like it, man. That's almost like a snowstorm.
Yeah. And then the winds came.
My goodness. How long did that go on?
You know, only about
You're on mute.
10. Ooh, only about 10 or 15
Can't
minutes.
hear you. Can you hear him, Rodney?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Okay, I'm going to leave and come back. That happens to me from time to time.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I hear you, Ron.
Well, that's important. Yeah, only about 10, 15 minutes. And then it was crystal blue. Sun was out. It got warm. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
It rained here last night, and no
Maybe
worries,
Ron.
Dan.
Say something, Ron.
Something.
There you go. Okay.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Dan, don't worry about it, brother. We understand. So, but I remember I was driving through Texas with my family, and we were on Interstate 40 heading to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we ran into a storm. And this was in the panhandle of Texas. Actually, it was just outside of Amarillo, on the west side of Amarillo. And we ran into this thunderstorm. And I mean, it was raining so hard you couldn't see 10 feet in front of you. And we had to pull over, and we ended up pulling over behind this semi truck. And my first wife, this is the first time she had ever experienced a storm that bad. And it just scared the heck out of her and the kids. And I'm sitting there, and I didn't want to stop. I mean, I grew up in Oklahoma, so I've driven through storms like that. I didn't want to stop, but they were worried, so I pulled over. And about 5 minutes after I pulled over, it was gone. And she goes, "Wow, that didn't last very long." I said, "No, they usually don't."
That's like I opened up the door. I heard it coming. I heard a couple bangs on the roof. I was talking to Jim Boyd at the time. He goes, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Hold on." I said goodbye to him. I said, "I'll call you back on my iPad." And I called him back on the iPad and ran to the front door. And as I started to come out the door, I looked to the right and I just saw this solid wall of white. I said, "Hang on, buddy, here it comes."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Bob Casey's in the house. Good morning, Bob.
Brother
Sorry.
Bob Casey.
Sorry, I missed it, Ron. How long did that storm go on for you like that?
You know, it was only like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Well,
Now
that's a
over
long
in
time
Wyoming,
for that kind of hail.
and I had just gotten home on the motorcycle. I got home probably 20 minutes just in time.
Wow.
And I knew there was some black clouds to the south, and I went to pull in my driveway and I see my new neighbors. They're putting on this, it's like almost like a thick leather cover over the hood and trunk and roof of their brand new car. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Said, this is a new car. We don't want it destroyed. I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, oh, there's a storm coming. It'll be here in about 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, so my garage isn't that big, but it takes some creative movement. But the motorcycle, the four-wheeler, and the truck all got in the garage. Yeah. But we made her just in time.
I went through a hailstorm once in Oklahoma. I was going back to my mom's house. I'd been up visiting my aunt. I was home on leave, and it started raining, and it was a really bad thunderstorm. It lasted a good 20, 30 minutes. And it started hailing, and I was just going under an underpass. So I pulled over to the side of the road under the underpass, and the hailstones were about the size of golf balls. And I can only imagine what it'd been like if I'd stayed on the road. With those size of hailstones.
I'm from Indiana. I've had my share of hailstorms on the bike. You know, it's just no fun at all. So I used to ride, Ron, but I haven't in many years.
Really?
I've driven a Sportster, but that's the closest I've been to a Harley.
All right, Dan, you have a good day, brother.
See you, Dan.
Didn't he? I think he just had surgery this week too, didn't he?
He did. Yes, he did.
Probably why he's moving kind of slow today. I know how that is, believe me.
And they're done that, huh?
70 miles west of there, Mike Kinney. Terre Haute.
I was out in Nebraska once, Rodney, and my buddy and I was still living in Pennsylvania, and we're coming out to shoot prairie dogs, and we went through Nebraska and knew the storm was coming. And I looked at my phone, looked at the radar, and I'm like, oh my God, this is bad. And all of a sudden we come up behind this vehicle, and I'm like, that's weird. Here it was that armored steel vehicle, those clowns from Storm Chasers.
Uh-huh.
It only goes about 40 mile an hour.
Right.
Yeah. They go out and chase tornadoes, and they were out on the interstate. Yeah. Did you get them, Rodney?
No.
Oh, dude.
I tell you what, I know it's probably not polite to interrupt your live stream by swatting a fly, but I hate those little buggers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's no fun, Steve. I was in, I went one time to Colombia, and I flew to Bogota, and then I took a little plane from Bogota to Medellin. And that's one of that was a plane even smaller than the one that they used in Romancing the Stone movie. Did you see that?
Oh,
Michael Douglas?
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a scary ride. That was a really scary ride. This was in 2004 when the cartel was still strong. So my employer, well, I had one guy that tried to tell me about all this job and tried to get me to commit to it, and I did. And then I got a call from another division of Accenture, and they tried to talk me out of it. Here's all the reasons you shouldn't go. Then they left it up to me. Of course I went.
Hey, Bob Casey, you want to come into the chat?
I missed Dan's birthday. Andrew, howdy. Who else did I miss here?
Yeah, Andrew Altrager's in the house.
If you're still there, Dan, happy birthday belated. I am so sorry.
Oh, let's see here.
Nick Purdue, Lafayette, Indiana. Cool.
Where's the Peter Carroll been?
I don't know. He was in the chats earlier.
He was. I think he was tired. He said he was just going to stay in the chats.
Yeah.
he wasn't on with Matt last night. I know he had some kind of surgery too.
Oh,
I
did
think.
he? I didn't
Oh,
know.
did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think.
With as much as he talks, you'd think we'd all know that.
One would think.
Yeah, you're right. One would think. All right, I'm going to open up I'm going to put an invite into the chat. Anybody feel like coming in?
He's
Please.
bored with us, Ron.
We can do what?
He's bored with us.
I'm just trying to make it a little more interesting. I'm not saying you guys are not interesting, but
Dennis
Keep
had
digging.
just
Keep
you know what? You guys are boring.
I saw that picture floating around in Facebook with those five hoodlums that were all ended up in Philly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, those are some pretty shady looking characters.
Yeah. I wouldn't go near him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to go near them either.
Is it the TIB-2 or the Dominator from Reed Tree? I'm not sure what Jack's asking here. TIB.
What's a reed trimmer?
I'm not sure.
Explain yourself, Mr. Jack. You got some explaining to do.
No worries, Bob.
Lucy.
Lucy.
I remember that. You got some explaining to do.
You know what? That was a good show. That was another one of those
show.
old good shows. Who was it? Dennis, it was that impromptu live stream I had. We started talking about those shows like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Red Skelton, Jack Benny,
Right.
Dean Martin,
Jackie Gleason,
Jackie
Ralph,
Gleason,
Ralph and Norton. One of these days, Norton.
Pow! Zoom!
right in the kisser.
I like Carol Burnett. I think that was
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite. Tim Conway. Oh,
Tim
my
Conway
goodness.
was a hoot, man.
Oh,
that guy was so
He's
funny.
still around, I think, Tim Conway. Like in his
Is he really?
80s or 90s, maybe.
Wow.
Check it
Let's
out.
see here. We have.
Oh, okay. That's Storm Chasing Vehicle. Yeah. Jack, I don't know if that thing's still around. I think they usually hang out in the Midwest and down Oklahoma area and that. But yeah, that thing was neat to see. It's so heavy. Apparently, the best they can get out of is like 30 or 40 mile an hour, I think.
He died last year, December.
Yep. December or May?
I'm sorry, he died. He was born December. He died in May.
Yeah, he was well.
He was 85.
Yep.
He was a funny.
Oh, he was.
I like
Deadpan. He and Pat Paulson were the kings of deadpan.
Yep. When Tim Conway and Don Knotts got together in the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yeah.
Oh man, I never laughed so hard in my life as watching those two.
Those guys.
And of course, Tim Conway was Ensign Palmer on McHale's Navy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No. What I watched the other day, Hogan's Heroes.
Oh,
that was another good show. Yeah.
I
Schultz.
see nothing. Nothing.
I like Schultz, man. He's a hoot.
Yeah. Hogan.
Yeah, the good old days, man. Like TV and good cartoons, and I don't even know what.
You know, I wanted to look and see if I could find any of the old cartoons on YouTube, and they're there. They're there.
I watched
Heckle and Jekyll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The magpies.
Yeah.
Were they crows or magpies?
I think they were magpies.
I think they were magpies. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it was about a year ago. I saw Tom and Jerry on something. I don't know whether it was TV Land.
Yeah, I think they're on TV.
Might have been, or what's the other? Me TV.
Me TV. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mars says Gomer Pyle.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
And
that guy could sing.
that was a spin-off from the Andy Griffin Show.
It was, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Barney on there.
Golly.
Who was that drunk that used to come in on Andy Griffin? Used to come in and put himself in jail every night.
Oh,
Otis.
was that played by that
Otis.
Jack? What was his name? Jack Foster. Was that played by him?
I don't think it was Jack Foster. Hang on a second.
You got that right, Bob.
Al Smith.
Oh, okay, I don't know that guy. Jack Foster was on Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, and wasn't he on Dean Martin a couple of times?
Yeah, they did some roasts together.
He's so they did him and Dean Martin did a routine, a comedy sketch. I think it was on the Dean Martin show, and Jack Foster comes in and he's an airline pilot.
Oh yes, I've seen this.
And
if you guys haven't seen it, look it up. It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah, definitely look it up.
It's funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
I remember on Andy Griffin when Otis would come in and then Andy would go to leave the sheriff's office at the night. He'd go in and tuck Otis in. Good luck at seeing that today.
Yeah, no kidding. And Bob, you're right about the Andy Griffin show. It nowadays it's about the only wholesome show left.
It is, yeah. Did you
Mars
know that
bringing up
that
Abbott
song,
and Costello?
Sorry.
I said, and Mars brought up Abbott and Costello. I like.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd like to know who's on first. Yeah.
And Laurel and Hardy.
Right.
Hello, Nancy.
Hi, Rodney. How are you?
Hey,
I'm
Nancy.
good. How are you?
Hey, you got the cast
I'm
off.
hanging in there.
All right.
Yeah, I got it off the other day. I get to finally exercise my neck a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Good deal.
So,
That's
Yeah.
great.
but I wanted to come in and just say hello to you all.
Hello, back.
Welcome and good morning.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
T-
Good morning.
Talking about Andy Griffith, did you know that song that they whistle at the beginning of that? That's the
Oh,
song with lyrics. It's called "The Old Fishing Hole."
Yeah. Yeah. I think you brought
Let's go
that up.
down to the fishing hole. Do, 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 do. I don't remember the words, but how unusual is that?
Yeah. Oh, I used to love the Andy Griffith show. I love the little boy.
Ronnie
I
Howard.
thought he was something.
Yeah.
Ron Howard.
We had a department head, my department head on the Preble. We called him Opie. And
Opie, that's right. Sorry.
because he was short and redheaded and reminded us of Opie Taylor.
Yeah. I never understood that. He called Andy Griffith Pa.
You know what my ultimate all-time show though was the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, with
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
but
I
we're
got
the
such a
three of
crush
us
on
here,
the
we
boys.
just watched that. We watched that for Daisy.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Roscoe Pico Train.
That's right.
and My Three Sons
Oh yeah, Fred McMurray,
and Daddy Knows Best. All these shows are flooding back now.
Father
Yeah.
Knows Best. Are they really?
Yeah, Dobie. You mentioned it this morning, Dobie Gillis.
Toby Gillis, yeah.
Yeah.
Roscoe had that dog Flash. The basset hound.
Yeah.
Get him, Flash.
Yeah.
Rin Tin Tin.
Rin Tin Tin, Lassie.
Oh, that was another good one.
Yeah.
Sky-
Nancy, this is the first time I met you. What parts of the country are you from?
Me, I'm from Seattle. Well, I'm actually from Durango, Colorado. That's where I grew up. That's where I was lived most of my life. I was actually born in Wichita, Kansas, but then
Really?
moved to Wisconsin, and then moved over to Denver, and I lived most of all my school years there.
Yeah.
And
I've spent some time in Wichita. My brother still lives there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then now I live in Seattle. I moved away from Denver. I came here to be a nanny for nothing short of 3 wild and rambunctious nanny McPhee kids.
Mm. Okay.
And let me tell you, yeah, they were quite the bundle. So.
Oh yeah, Mars brought up Muttley and Penelope Pit Stop on the Wacky Races.
Oh yeah.
Muttley had that laugh. It would dig dastardly.
How about the little rascals?
Little
Yep,
Rascals, yeah.
Rascals.
Oh my goodness.
Bowery Boys.
Banky, Alfalfa.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Chief.
Brent Nunley, good morning. Welcome to the chat, buddy.
Hey, Brent.
Hello, everybody in chat. But yeah.
Brent.
Oh man, all those old shows. That makes you want to go back and have a look at them, right?
Oh, I know
yeah.
it does, actually, yeah.
Ah.
There was in shows like I mean, some of these shows you can see like on Me TV and stuff like Perry Mason. I know is playing
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. Here I am to save the day.
That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way. The Mickey Mouse Club, right?
Yeah. My favorite thing to watch as a young kid was Batman.
What was that, Nancy?
My favorite thing as a young kid was Batman.
Batman.
Uh-huh.
Pow! Zap!
I remember my foster mother would tell you that one day, this is when I was real young. I was probably about 5, 6 years old. I would put a sheet at the back of and tie it at the front and put a sheet in the back, and I'd run around the house going da 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 da, and I get on the couch and pretend to fly. Well, I jumped off there and broke my arm one day. Mom goes, "It serves you right."
Howdy, Blind Neil.
What was the name of that rooster on Bugs Bunny? The one that used to, he was dating that hen.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, Foghorn
Yes.
Leghorn. Pay attention when I'm talking to you, boy. That little chicken.
Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo. Oh my
Mr.
gosh.
Magoo. Played by Jim Backus, who played Mr. Thurston Howell on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, to bring it full circle. Yeah, he did 1,000 voices. That man. He was amazing.
Yeah, he did.
Speaking of Gilligan's Island, there's a thing going around. I have to ask you guys, Ginger or Marianne?
I can't even remember either
Marianne.
one. Like,
Thumbs down, Marianne. Or thumbs
Ginger
up.
was too high maintenance.
Yeah.
Another one, Pink Panther.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Dun,
Oh my goodness.
He would always escape.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Never saw him get upset, excited. He would always escape, like getting captured or beat up or whatever.
That was
He just walked away.
Peter
How about
Sellers.
Snagglepuss? Snagglepuss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? He was on there with
Felix the Cat.
Felix the Cat, Pop Cat,
Who was the skunk?
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le
Pepe Le
Pew.
Pew. Yeah.
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 And the one time that
Woody Woodpecker.
the one time that the coyote caught the road running, he's like, "All right, what the heck am I going to do with you now?" He finally caught him. I saw that episode. I think he let him go or something.
Aardvark. I don't know this one, Mike Kinney. Ant and the Aardvark.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Well, we're having some serious flashbacks here.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we are.
Oh yeah.
Telling our age.
I think we lost all the millennials.
You probably did.
Yeah.
Mr. Squiggle. I don't know
What
if
are
I
you
remember that
talking
one.
about?
And then how many of you remember as kids, especially you boys, growing up. Who's that person with the robotic arm? Go Gadget.
Go Gadget. I don't remember Go Gadget.
The cartoon Gadget. Where he had the arms that would come out and snake out, and he would, I don't know, but yeah.
That came out when I was in high school, so I probably didn't watch much of it.
Yeah.
I do remember it.
Oh man,
I'm a little bit older than you are, so that's why I don't remember
it.
Inspector Gadget. That's right.
Inspector.
That's
okay,
right.
now that sounds
Inspector Gadget. Fine. Yep.
The Ant
movie out of that
was
recently.
a cartoon for one season in 1969.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my gosh, my favorite. Oh, I love the Beverly Hillbillies. I love Grandma. Grandma was my favorite.
Irene, what was her last name?
Oh, I forget what her last name was.
Good. She was a really good actress. She was about the same age as Betty May, is that right? Betty, the daughter.
Oh, the Monsters. March is saying Monsters.
Oh, the Monsters, yeah.
The Addams Family.
Monsters, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and I
Addams
love
Family, yeah, that was in the chats here a minute ago. Yeah, I missed
it. Irene Ryan.
Irene Ryan, that's it.
I liked on Bugs Bunny with the coyote and the sheepdog. They used to go at that sheep farm, and at the end of the cartoon, they go up to the time clock and punch out. Good night. Good night, Ralph.
Very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Quiet.
Yeah. How about the Archies? Who remembers the Archies?
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Including the singing group.
Yeah, Flintstones.
Flintstones. Wow.
Yeah, John was asking if anybody mentioned the Flintstones. How about Yogi Bear? Hey, boo-boo, let's go.
Let's go. Perfect.
Or Ruh-roh.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Hey,
and
Rodney.
Yeah.
I got to go grab my charger. My laptop's about to die.
Okay.
Was he here on? Or you're not going? Okay, you're just going to. Okay.
Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up with
Mr. Green Jeans.
And Mr. Green Jeans on Captain Kangaroo.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, everybody remembers Mr. Rogers except me.
Oh,
by the way, I watched It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, that movie with Tom Hanks.
Did you?
Amazing.
Is it?
Tom Hanks is, I idolize that man.
Tom Hanks is just a darn good actor. I mean, I want to see. He's in that movie about a World War II destroyer. I can't think of the name of it. He plays the captain, and I want to see that because that looks really good. What is it?
I probably saw it, whatever it was, unless it's new.
I don't know if that it's out yet, but I think it's coming. It may be out.
Top Cat.
One of my most favorite actors are gone now. He's no longer with us, but Robin Williams. Loved a lot of his shows.
Greyhound.
Greyhound
is the name of the movie.
That sounds awfully familiar.
Release date is June 12th. So
that's Adrian's birthday. Adrian will be a year old.
All right. Happy birthday, Adrian.
Happy birthday, Adrian.
We didn't even think he'd make it a day.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
And now he's the trouble that a 1-year-old's supposed to be.
Ah,
He's the pain that you pay for being a child yourself.
yeah.
yeah.
But but the beauty of being a grandparent,
Oh yeah, I know. I
Is-
love it from afar.
you can spoil them rotten and give them back to the parents and just be
That's right.
completely at peace because you don't have to deal with it.
That's right. I can sleep
Give them
well
lots of
tonight.
candy and wind them up and say, see ya.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
The Great Space Coaster,
mm.
Gary Gnu. I don't know.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock. Oh, one of my most favorite musical shows ever. Mm.
How many of you remember Jungle Jim?
Yeah.
I do.
Oh. Yes.
And the original Tarzan.
George
Yeah.
of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle, yeah.
George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle, strong as it can be.
Watch out for that tree.
Oh,
Petticoat Junction. Brett Nunley submits Petticoat Junction. That was another
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody
Oh.
asked me to do the song from that, and I couldn't remember any part of that song.
You know,
I it was-
I loved it when they would do cameos between Petticoat Junction,
and
at
Beverly
one
Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies,
Yeah.
and then other times it would be the Eddie Albert and
Green Acres.
Green Acres.
Green Acres.
Acres is the
place
place.
They all
for
tie
me.
together in some way.
Park Avenue's where I'd rather be.
Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan. Just give me that countryside.
See that?
Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
I always wanted to wrestle with Ellie Mae just to see if I could beat her because she used to kick Jethro's
That
butt.
was
Oh,
her
I
name.
know
Ellie
it.
Mae. Ellie Mae.
And Jethro was nobody to shake a stick at.
No.
Yeah. But he always blamed. Well, he didn't blame. He always regretted doing that part because he got typecast as
Oh,
a
really?
dumb old country boy, and his career never went anywhere after Beverly Hillbillies.
Really?
It's
Max
surprising how
Baer,
many people that does happen to.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw any of them go anywhere after that show.
Well,
Buddy Ebsen was around. He did a law show or something. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
he did Barnaby Jones.
Barnaby Jones. That's the one.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, who was we just talking about?
Jethro.
You want
Ellie
a
Mae.
list?
No. Mr. Clampett.
Mr. Clamp.
Jed Clampett, Buddy Ebsen.
Buddy Ebsen. You know, he was originally casted as the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, I was
had
just
heard
going to
that.
say that. That
Yeah.
was his original role.
And he couldn't do it because the silver makeup that they were using, he was
Yes,
allergic
yes,
He
to.
I
was
did hear
allergic to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he would have made such a fantastic Tin Man, too.
Yeah, I think he would
Oh,
have.
but the Tin
I
Man
think
that
he would
they
have done
had,
a fantastic job at that.
Yeah.
all of those people in that movie were just amazing.
Absolutely. You know, there for years as growing up, every Halloween or every October in the fall, they would play The Wizard of Oz. It was every year.
Every year.
And then they
Yeah,
got
you
away
could set
from
your clock by it.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
And then they got away from it. An interesting story in my life about The Wizard of Oz was I went off on a 6-month deployment, and we had bought my daughter a VHS tape of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
And my wife was telling, she'd write me letters, and I'd get the letters, and she'd say, "Oh, but Stephanie just loves The Wizard of Oz." And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless
and
you.
I came home, and my wife told me, goes, "Stephanie has watched The Wizard of Oz every day, at least 3 or 4 times a day." And I went home. I was home on leave after the deployment, and we were just sitting around the house, and she was watching The Wizard of Oz, and she was word for word with the movie. She said all the lines for all the characters, sang all the songs. She knew it by heart, and to this day, she still does. And she's still a big Wizard of Oz fan.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, they play it at Christmas time around here too.
Do they?
For some reason, it comes out every year at Christmas also.
I got
It
the,
used to be a Thanksgiving
No
thing.
clue why. It just does.
Just before Thanksgiving, you could count on it every year. I don't know what broadcasting company did that, but I missed that when it stopped.
That and The Sound of Music every year.
Oh yeah,
like clockwork.
That was another great movie.
Yeah.
and who could forget the Charlie Brown Christmas and
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Charlie Brown the Great Pumpkin,
Charlie Brown, and all of them. Yes.
Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, Lucy was always after. Was it Lucy? Which one had the blonde hair? Which one had the black hair?
Lucy.
Lucy had the black hair.
Blonde hair, and she had a crush on the guy who played the piano.
Oh, Pigpen.
Yeah.
No, the guy that played the piano was Schwartz.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Schroeder.
What is it?
Schroeder.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other girl, the brunette girl, was in love with Charlie Brown.
That's right. That's right. Lucy was Charlie Brown's sister, right?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Linus was Lucy's brother, and Charlie Brown's sister was the little blonde-headed girl.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember her name, but I can look it up. This is important stuff now.
It is.
It is. We need to work these things out. The world's going to fall apart if we don't get this all solved.
Yeah. But anyway, one of
It's
the
already
girls,
falling apart. Maybe we can
Linus,
bring it back
and then
together.
the other girl was in love with Charlie Brown.
Yeah. But Lucy was always I just, how can you stand in front of your friends if your sister can beat you up?
Sally Brown was Charlie Brown's sister.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Sally was in love with Linus.
Yes.
Lucy was in love with another guy. Charlie Brown? No.
Schroeder.
Charlie Brown was in love with the redheaded girl.
Oh yeah, the little redhead.
The little redheaded girl. And Lucy was in love with Schroeder because she was always leaning on the piano,
Yeah.
talking about what they were going to do when they grow up.
Right.
And she would suggest a song, and Schroeder would play that song, and no, that's not it.
And he go flipping, and yeah.
Baduga FPV, welcome to the chat. Quantum Phaser, welcome to the chat.
Hello, everybody.
There was a dog in Peanuts. I don't remember. Oh,
Snoopy.
How
can you forget Snoopy?
I'm sorry. Snoopy was never a dog to me. Snoopy was one of the guys.
One of the guys, right? Especially when he got on top of the doghouse and would fly.
Who was the little yellow bird? The
fly in pursuit of the bloody red bear, the Red Baron.
Yeah.
Did you know that they actually make a drone? That's a Snoopy drone with the house. He's sitting on top of the house, and the propellers are on top of him.
I've seen that.
And, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Woodstock. That's right. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Thank you. Recovery One drone.
Woodstock. Oh my goodness, the yellow bird.
Yeah.
Speaking of yellow birds, who was the yellow bird? Tweety?
Woodstock.
Tweety
bird.
Tweety. Yeah, Tweety. Yeah.
And Sylvester.
Tweety and Sylvester. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to welcome Recovery One drone to the chat.
Hello, Recovery Drone. Hello, everybody.
I wonder if we've forgotten any TV shows from back in the day.
We've
named
hit
just
quite a
about
few.
every one.
Oh, uh-huh.
See that?
One more. Here's a cartoon. Was my cartoon. You had Batman. I had Space Ghost.
Oh, Space
Oh,
Ghost, yeah.
Casper.
Casper
the Friendly Ghost, yep.
Friendliest ghost we know. Yep.
And Wendy the Witch
Yep.
was part of the
Wendy the
cast.
Witch. I don't know that one.
She would appear on Casper the Ghost's cartoon every now and then. She wasn't there all the time.
Huh.
Yep. And then and then
Here
you
for the
would have
tat.
Beetlejuice. Who could forget Beetlejuice? Ah, better not say it again though.
And Jack brings up Foghorn Leghorn and the dog.
And the dog, yeah.
Yep. Pay attention when I'm talking
The
to you, boy.
Jetsons. We forgot the Jetsons.
The Jetsons.
Jetsons, yes.
Land of the Lost.
Meet the Jetsons. Yeah.
That's where I live.
HR Puffin stuff.
The Little House on the Prairie. That was another good one. I love John Landon. John
The
Landon.
Waltons. The Waltons. Night, John boy.
Night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Jim Bob.
Michael Landon. That's who you're thinking of, Nancy.
Michael Landon. That's
Michael
right.
He played Little Joe in Bonanza.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
He died really young, Michael Landon.
Yeah, he did. And so did Dan Blocker.
Yeah, well, he was pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Landon had cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cancer took him, I know for sure.
How about
Dan Blocker, yeah.
Maverick?
Maverick.
Maverick. Yes.
James Gardner and there was Brett and Bart. James Gardner was Brett, and I can't remember who played Bart.
And what
I
about
love
the
James
Bandit?
Garner and support your local sheriff. Or support your local gunfighter.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. Yeah.
The Bandit, and then
The Rockford Files. Rockford Files, yeah.
Okay, guys. Here's some trivia for you.
All right.
I'm gonna. Well, wait a minute, Rodney. You're monetized, right?
No.
He's just a few subscribers away from that, by the way. Congratulations on that, almost.
Oh, thank you.
I was gonna play this audio. It's only like 5 seconds long.
5 seconds you can get by with, but anything more than that is.
This is what inspired me.
We're sending you a script. Files to follow. Also, one of the things, baby, victim is in extreme pain,
You guys are all. Don't you remember the show Emergency with Johnny Gage? And
Oh
Roy
yes,
Scheider?
yes.
Why I do what I do? They inspired me.
Adam 12.
That was another, and that Emergency was a spinoff of One Adam 12.
Yeah, 1 out of
12.
12.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
And then
what was that other?
Emergency was an hour long, whereas One Adam 12 was only a half an hour long.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember those two cops in LA, Dragnet?
Jack Webb and Morgan.
Harry Morgan.
Harry Morgan.
Yeah, used to be Colonel Potter on MASH. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the facts, man.
Have you ever seen Jack Webb and Johnny Carson doing it? They're talking about the copper caper of Connecticut or something. All these K words, K sound words.
Oh, I think I saw. I think
my
that's on YouTube.
Those two were so good.
You know, Jack Webb played in a movie. He played a Marine DI, Marine drill instructor. I can't remember the name of the movie, but he was really good at it.
And
Marvin the Martian.
My favorite Martian, Tim, and who was the guy that played my favorite Martian?
tall and skinny guy, really slender. Oh, what was his name? I don't know. I don't remember.
Chips.
Rodney will tell us in a minute. Oh, and then who can forget my favorite car, and probably a lot of your guys' favorite car? Remember Kit?
Kit, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ray
what was the
Wall-
name?
You don't know who Kit is, there, Dennis?
On Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider. Spell it.
Kit, K-I-T.
No, I don't.
Oh, with Michael
Here's
Landon.
the car's name.
The
The
black,
car's name is Kit.
Was it a Trans Am?
Oh, Knight Rider. You're talking about Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Ray Walston played the Martian on My Favorite Martian.
Okay.
Bill Bixby played Tim.
Bill Bixby is who I was thinking of. Okay.
Oh, the Lone Ranger and Poncho. Yeah, the Cisco Kid and Poncho. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lone Ranger.
Starsky and Hutch.
Lone Ranger and Tonto.
What was that other? Lost in Space.
Lost in Space.
Oh, yes.
Danger Will Robinson.
Danger Will Robinson.
Yeah.
Danger.
Love the
And who-
robot.
And yeah, the robot. Yeah, and the professor. Was that the professor guy? Was always scared of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was such a sissy.
Yeah.
He was also the bad guy,
Yeah, he was also the bad guy. That's right.
as well as the comic relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the facts, man.
And then one of my favorite all-time old series is, of course, Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars and Star Trek fan. I love all that stuff. I mean, call me a tomboy, but I love all them boy shows. You know, I just
My favorite Star Trek series were Enterprise is number 2. Number 1 is The Next Generation.
Yeah.
right.
I got to meet William Shatner and his daughter.
Did
Did
you?
you really?
Yeah. Back when I lived in Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia, there was an area called Devon, Debon. Very, very nationally famous for horse show. And William Shatner's daughter rode. I was working my first paramedic job, and we had a paramedic unit, a fire truck, and an ambulance sitting there 24/7. There was so much money in those horses there, and they wanted 24/7 coverage. Yeah. And then John Cougar Mellencamp cut his finger, and got to give him a Band-Aid.
Oh my goodness.
He was
John
there
Cougar
too.
Mellencamp
He used to
lived
ride.
about- He lived in Bloomington, Indiana, about I have 30 miles, 50 miles maybe from where I used to live. I mean,
And-
not that that's a big deal, but kind of cool.
And speaking of emergency, did you know that we actually have one of the original vehicles that are displayed here at our old historical fire station in downtown in the Pioneer District?
Really?
It's displayed out in the museum there. There's a little museum there full of the original fire trucks and emergency vehicles that were used in that show.
Really? Shoot, I wish I would have known that. I've been up to Seattle a few times. Matter of fact, I'm going up there in August on my way to Alaska. But
yeah, so stop in at Pioneer Square because you'll be able to see some of those very old and very same vehicles that were used in that movie.
both Johnny and Roy are still both alive. I forget their names now, but the real names.
Hang on.
Yeah, they're both alive though still. Good old Nurse Dixie.
Somebody mentioned Charles Bronson, Death Wish, right?
Yeah.
Randolph Mantooth and Kevin Teague.
Yep. Dr. Brackett and Nurse Dixie had a little thing going on there.
Yeah, John Cougar changed his name. Well, I think John Mellencamp is his real name.
Yeah.
And he took John Cougar in order
Um,
to get famous. And after he got famous, he changed it back, sort of.
Oh,
He
there's
kept
Curtis
Cougar.
Dart. I need to get in touch with you.
Hello, Curtis. Welcome to
Hey,
the
Curtis. Night Industries 2000. K-I-T-T. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah, there we go. That's the way to spell it. That's actually the correct spelling of it. K-I-T-T. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I spelled it K-I-T, but
That's
yeah,
okay. I wanted to make sure I was hearing you correctly. I thought you were naming a show, and that's why I didn't register with me. But anyway, because we were spitting off show names back and forth.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but at least I remembered the name of the car. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's good stuff. Yeah, he was amazing. I liked that show. He was kind of the dark side though, a little bit. Use the Force, Luke. Back to Star Wars.
Oh my goodness.
let's see. Who remembers Victory at Sea?
I remember the name only.
Tiny bit, not much.
I mean, it was a TV series. It didn't last but maybe one season. But it was just basically a historical documentary, but it kind of took the Navy, the war at sea, and during World War II, and only I would have been interested in that. I mean, I grew up wanting to be a sailor, so. But
yeah,
it was a good show, and you can see it on YouTube. I know it's in YouTube.
So have you guys? Do you remember the 20,000 Leagues Underneath
Under
the
the
Sea?
Sea,
Yeah.
Jules Verne movie, or book rather.
Yeah, that one was a good one.
I've read every one of Jules Verne's books. Back when they had books.
Yeah.
What are books?
Oh,
I forgot.
Never mind. You had to be there, Rodney.
Oh, okay.
Green Acres is the place for me. Farm living is the life to lead. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. New York is where I'd rather stay.
Alrighty, boys.
Oh,
Aircraft's
chasing
coming
them
back.
away. I
Uh-oh.
get allergic smelling hay.
Yeah, the night shift is out on a trip, and they'll be back in about 45 minutes. So I better go.
All right,
See you,
bud.
Ron. Thanks
Take
for being
care.
there. That's fun.
Be
This has been
safe,
a
brother.
fun stream.
Curtis, yeah, I'll have to get in touch with you.
Melon Cougar John Camp.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Well, guys, have a great day, and we will catch up to you sometime again. Thank you for having me, Rodney.
You're welcome, Ron.
Thanks for being there, Ron.
Nice to meet you, Nancy.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, boys and girls. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call this one.
Okay.
This has been great fun for me.
It was a lot of fun today.
Nostalgia
It's been
City.
Rodney, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good of you to show up.
It is nice of you to show up.
Yeah,
I don't think we share a live
it's good
stream.
actually getting to see what you look like too.
Yeah, well, this is me.
Well, hey, nothing wrong with that. You know, you get to chatting with people, and all you see is a name, and then when you see like we're doing now, you get a face with the name. So
Yeah, that's what makes these live streams special.
yeah, it is. So, all right, well,
All right, bye, everybody.
bye,
Bye,
Nancy.
Nancy.
Have a
Great
great
to
day.
see you. Rodney, great
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you
me.
too.
You're welcome. Bye, bye,
Bye.
Good to
Dennis.
see you. And then there were two.
Then there were two.
All right.
We
Battlestar
started off with two, didn't we?
Galactica. I did too. The Cylons.
Oh yeah,
Must-
Battlestar Galactica. All right. Well, everybody.
Ragtag fleet of
I'm
whatever.
sorry.
No, I just talked about the ragtag fleet of. Then I couldn't remember what
Oh.
follows that. Anyway, thanks everyone. It was great fun, and thanks for letting us wax philosophic here. It's amazing.
Well, thank you for being on the stream there, Dennis.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you
You're
next
welcome,
time.
brother. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
All right, everybody in the chat. Hope you all enjoyed the show.
Later, folks. Bye bye.
Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Be safe. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, the Sunday Sunrise crew will be going up, hopefully, weather permitting, for all the different sunrises across the country, at least to Texas. And again, have a great weekend. Thank you again for being here. Love you now. Y'all take care. Bye. Love you now.